So I'm working on a really cool new video. I'm dubbing it the ultimate Minecraft 1.21 survival guide. And basically what it is, it's a singular video that is going to give a broad guide for starting a new world, progressing through the early game, the mid game, and the late game. And it's going to touch on like a good path of progression to go through your world. Well, first it's going to focus on a little bit of like world planning, so you can get motivated and stay motivated in your world, and feel like you want to keep playing in a world long term. And then it's going to focus on how to survive your first day. Some good tips and tricks on that, and set yourself up for success for day one, and then getting through the early game and setting yourself up for success there, and then into the mid game and into the late game, and hopefully give people a lot of cool like ideas and a good way to think of like how they should be progressing through their world in a way that makes you want to like keep playing in your world into that late game, and to always feel like you have something to do. Keymaster, 2 months, let's go. What are you working on today, buddy? We're chopping trees right now. Most people, I find, get burnt out in their world because they didn't have a good plan going in. You didn't have a good plan or idea of what you wanted to accomplish and do in your world from the start. So after playing in your world for a little bit, start thinking, you're thinking in the moment, okay, what do I want to do now? Okay, what do I want to do now? And then you can't think of anything because you don't have any goals. You don't have any plans. So you kind of get stuck in this infinite loop of, I don't know what to do. And then after even just a little bit of that, you have no like attachment to your world. You have no reason to stay in it. So you kind of just get bored with it and quit it because you don't know what to do. And you're not like overly attached to anything. So this guide is going to help with that. But your basic tip, and you could do this in a world that you're playing now if you want to, but it definitely works best if you do it before you start a world or very early on. You need a goal. You need a plan. You need a goal. You need something to aspire towards in the world. Like, what do you want to do? Like, think big. Like, what do you want to do? What's going to be fun for you? Do you watch people, or have you seen people make like a big medieval castle or a big town or something, and you think to yourself, dude, that's really freaking cool. I like that. I want to do that. Like, think of whatever it is that it makes you excited when you like think of it to do. And then now you have to actually plan that out on paper or digitally, whatever. But you have to plan it out, at least to a very light degree. So an example would be, I really love like people that make medieval cities that have like a little castle in it, and then on the outside of it there's like a city like part of it. Like, that's super cool to me. I want to be able to make something like that. Okay, so start planning it. Okay, I'm gonna have a castle, maybe draw it out on paper or on paint or something. It doesn't have to be fancy. I'm gonna have a castle. It's gonna be here, and then on this side I'm gonna put a city. I'm gonna have a whole bunch of buildings, and then, oh man, I don't know what I want my buildings to be. Well, like, what are some cool things in Minecraft? There's villager professions. I'm gonna have each building be a villager profession building, where like that's their shop, and then like the people that run the shops have to have a house, so I got to make sure I have houses for those people too. And then like you end up with this like drawing where there's like, okay, there's castle here, and then there's like shop areas over here, and then there's house areas over here. And I think a really cool feature would be that if my city had like a wall outside of it, and it had like a river or something going through it. So now you have yourself a bunch of goals that you can accomplish, and you're excited about achieving those goals. And then when you start your world, you just need to break it up into smaller goals of like, today I want to do this, today I want to do this, today I want to do this. And you keep working towards those. That's like a basic like 101 version of it. What I'm talking about with this video I'm going to do. But at the very least, if you do something like that, you're not really gonna find yourself at a point where you're like, okay, what do I do next? And if you give yourself a checklist of like one thing at a time, you should hopefully also never feel overwhelmed with too much that needs to be done. That's the balance that you need to strike. And then you're gonna find that you're gonna like interrupt that process with so many other things along the way, right? Because if you want to build something, you need materials to build the thing. So what materials do you need, right? And then is there a way to get those materials faster, easier, better? You need to get max gear with all the enchantments so you can manually farm the stuff faster. You need to build an automatic farm for this one thing and that one thing. Okay, well now I got to stop building my big mega town city castle thing, and I got to build this farm thing. And then if you really want to like make even more longevity in your world and more fun, you take it the next step of like, well, why just build, I don't know, a stone generator. I'm just thinking of like a random thing. Why just build a stone generator and hide it somewhere? Why not like make the stone generator look really cool and be a part of your world in some way? Make it a part of your plans. Now you've got a side project that like adds a few more days of like stuff to do. You could do that with your iron farm and your trading hall and your bamboo farm and all these different things. And then you just keep coming up with farms to make, not because you just want to make farms, but because those farms are going to help you achieve your goal of building up your world. Next thing you know, you have a project that could take years to do. But some people just don't like staying in a world long either. Maybe come up with a plan that it's something that you think you can do in 6 months or a year. And then try to accomplish that in the 6 months or a year. And then you're okay. Then like you finished, you're actually done. Now you can move to a new world. You didn't abandon your world. You finished your world. There's a big difference, right? I've abandoned worlds. Trust me, I know. You don't want to abandon a world. You want to finish a world. Abandoning in the world never really feels good. Oh! Jerk! But that exact thing that just happened right there is one of the reasons I don't find hardcore fun. Because once you have maxed out gear, and we're not even wearing armor, like a chest plate right now. Are you ever really in danger unless you just do something dumb? Not really. The only real danger is bugs. Yeah, like, oh, I'm trying to do a shallow, slow landing with my elytra and for some reason it killed me, or a block came out, like disappeared out from under me and I fell. Which if you have the elytra, that's not even a problem. Yeah, bugs are the big problem. They're the big killer. Biomes and mobs are easy cosmetic updates. Redstone and combat are complicated deep system changes. Yeah, they are. So, I mean, you would hope, like, yeah, of course we would see them maybe less frequently, but like you would definitely hope we see them kind of mixed, like in the mix. Just getting controlled 3/4 to death. How do snapshots work? When they come out, do you have to enable them or are they automatically live? A snapshot is just like a beta test. So you have to like tell the game to launch the snapshot as opposed to launch the full game. So people say miscellaneous items. I mean, miscellaneous just means random assortment. That doesn't apply to any specific thing. So there will be another announcement when the updates come to the full game. Yeah. Actions and stuff, add-on is why his axe swings like that. Yeah, actions and stuff. I did a video on it. Go check it out. Okay, good. Well, I definitely separated these far enough out to where the canopies don't overlap. Let's see if our 10 per tree average sticks. We have 10 trees. You guys go ahead and guess now. How many saplings out of 10 trees do we get? 10 trees. How many saplings are we going to get? Darren. I'm not thirsty right now. And even more importantly, will we still be in that 10 average? Here, let's hide our saplings. That way you guys can't see as we go. Breaking leaves, very satisfying. Bet I was getting less saplings because I only had a fortune pickaxe and decay was taking some of them before I could mine. Ah, maybe. Yeah. I'm leaving, as you can see, I'm leaving the tops, so I'm not getting any decay. But yeah, also, I just know Mojang, right? What do you think's more likely for Mojang to do? Come up with some unique value of like sapling drop percentage for pale oak trees, or just copy paste it from dark oak? I know my answer. Copy paste. Yep. And also it is considered a variant of dark oak. So actually in this case, copy paste also just makes sense. I would have said copy paste if I was in charge. Yeah, just copy the value over from what we have for dark oak now. It's fine. Gonna make a small pale oak part of your forest? I don't know. It's not my current plans. But I definitely could decide to do that. Specifically like on the far end of the forest, like out there. Get back to work. Enjoy the rest of the stream. See you, Mode. I actually just thought of something. Wait a second. So I'm trying to swing my pickaxe here. My hoe. I'm swinging my hoe around. I actually just thought of something was really annoying is when they add a new biome and you've explored a decent amount of your world and you have to go even further away from your home base to get to that new biome, even though that's a tiny bit off topic from what we're talking about. Well, we actually talked about something related to this earlier, which is the fact that that's actually not the case. It used to be the case, but it's not the case anymore. Because see, when you explore your world, if you don't do something in those chunks, place a block, break a block, then those chunks actually don't get saved. And since those chunks don't get saved, if Mojang changes something with the world and you go back to those chunks, it's going to load them in like they're new again. So that is actually not a concern anymore. And they changed this like maybe upwards of a couple years ago. No, I missed a sap. I missed a leaf over there. Huh. I'm not sure what kind of copy paste you have in mind. Oh, like just the properties of the way the loot table for leaves works and the decay rate. There's definitely copy paste. They definitely just copy pasted it from the dark oak tree. When killing mobs would count? I don't think so, no, because you're not changing the terrain. So no. I would say killing mobs does not count. If when you're killing the mob, you break a piece of grass, that counted. And I don't know if it's only for the chunk that you're in or also the surrounding chunks. Okay, final chance if you haven't already. Giving your guess, how many dark oak saplings do you think we got? And if you want to, you can add in, what do you think the average is? Average per tree. We were at 10 before. Obviously, you can go into the decimals with this guess. Average dark oak. Stop. You know what I mean. Pale oak. Brianna. I feel like these guys have been a bad influence on you. You're not supposed to troll me. I see some big numbers. 182 is quite a bit. 10 trees. Remember, it's 10 trees. Let's see. We have 64 plus 29 plus 5, 98 saplings. So 9.8 per tree. I think we're confirming that that's about where we are. We're roughly 10 saplings per tree. You know, obviously, like there's factors that play in, like how, like some trees are, the canopy of them is just bigger and has more leaves than others. So that's why you're gonna have a lot. You're gonna have some kind of variance until you go like really high, like probably like 100 trees, 500 trees, 1,000 trees.